Okay, so next one we're going to do is talk about some offensive spacing, okay, and how to get wingers more involved on inside line runs, okay. So what usually we do, most teams do, is we're just going to pass the ball out here. This person runs in here, this person runs in here, this person runs in here. Now, the thing about this is it's very standard and it's very easy for the defence to know who they're taking, and we often hear a lot about, oh, I've got the girl, and sometimes girls can be often very fixated on the other girl. Okay, now what we can do here is with a inside line, okay, so with an inside line, okay, what we can do is we can see what will usually happen regards running inside, okay. So what sometimes a player can do is the ball gets moved out, okay, first receiver comes down, moves it out to the second receiver, okay. Now what the second receiver does is he tries to curve in like this to draw both the girl and the guy into the defending, okay. So we come in to draw both the girl and the guy, okay. And what this will do sometimes is as he comes in here, the guy gets attracted, and what it does is it leaves a very clean diagonal cut for the girl to go through a relatively large gap. Now the problem is if the last pass isn't, if the pass before that isn't exactly the largest gap, what happens is this person usually will come in and get the cut. So she cuts in, the girl gets drawn in and cuts inward, but usually somebody will come in to sweep up that. Okay. Now what we can do, especially with a team with a very good long passing, what we can really do here is we can really use the full width of the pitch, and instead of using the usual gap, what we might do is we might clog the guy and the girl together, okay. And what this does is it causes more bunching up this side of the pitch, okay. So once again, what we do is we go through our usual motion. The ball comes out, this player comes up, this is a red player, okay, and so the ball comes up out, this player runs into the runs a little bit and throws an extremely early ball to this player here who's coming down, okay. So throws that early ball to the player coming down, okay, hits the ball with the female player in tow. He then proceeds to run as this line's coming up. He then proceeds to run in the middle here, and now the girl has a diagonal loop into a much larger gap than previously happened. It's all about speed, the speed of hand, okay. And what this person has, this defender has a much larger gap to cover, and the girl should just go right through, or a guy should go right through. This can be done anywhere. It can be done on second and third receiver sometimes, okay. So it's usually best to do it at least not on first receiver, but on the next receiver out on the inside, okay, because it avoids the marker. So that's something we should be looking to do. Now another thing is about the spacing is you could also just have a standard spacing between the guy and the girl. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so this time what we're going to have is whoop. Okay, so this time we're going to have the usual spread, okay, but then we're just going to once again just increase this gap here. Then we're just going to have the usual gap to the girl, maybe not off the shoulder this time. And what we can do is this player runs in, receives the ball, once again passes the early ball out, this guy coming in, and now the girl can do once again is just start coming inwards, okay, as they're about running down together. And what this will do is it will draw the girl in, Okay, keeping the guy ahead of you. Then once again, you might be able to make some space for yourself on the outside, or once again going to cut and run on the inside is the best option. That's where the space is. Okay. Now, another completely opposite way of doing something like this, okay, would be to clump yourselves purposely infield. Okay. And what you can do here is you can just clump all your defenders infield. And if you have a really good matchup here, just clump all your defenders infield. Ball will come out, especially with the girls on our team. Come out again, and then just fire one long. And what we're doing is we're just basically creating a one-on-one between the two girls, okay? And pretty much the guys aren't really involved here. And then it's just a matter of trying to beat the person one-on-one, which is obviously much easier to do than one-on-two. So just looking to utilise our space, bigger space in between players, okay?